good morning to everyone out there. Welcome to the Disney Morning Show. Catching you up on what's going on in the world of Disney this morning. My name is D.B. Mosley, co-founder here at Laughing Place. Over there is our managing editor, Kyle Kai Burbank. How you doing, Kyle?
I am okay.
Just okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I noticed we posted an article really early this morning. Was that you up there taking care
Thankfully,
of
that
that?
was not me. That was our West Coast affiliates.
All right, we're going to real quick take care of the stock price before we get to an important Hurricane Milton update. We are at 93.07. Yesterday at this time we were at 93.37, so down just a tad from yesterday, but up so far on the day. Way to go, Disney. You're looking solid, all things considered. All right, let's get to a Hurricane Milton update. Kyle, what is the latest?
So we were half right. We were expecting yesterday that Walt Disney World would end up closing today and tomorrow. They are closing today, but they're closing early. They're closing at phase closure. So two of the parks are closing at 1 o'clock, and then the other ones and Disney Springs are expected to close or are closing at 2 p.m. And then they're expecting to remain closed tomorrow at this time. There is a chance that in the late afternoon they might reopen Disney Springs with limited offerings. That'll just depend on how things go. It's also a similar story over at Universal. They're closing. SeaWorld's closed today and tomorrow. And as far as Milton itself, last I checked, it was a 4, which it was a 4, went back to a 5, back to a 4 now, and as it makes landfall, it looks like it'll be a 3 or a 4. So still a big and impactful major hurricane hitting the west coast of Florida. By the time it gets to Orlando, hopefully things won't be as strong, but there is the tornado risk for much of the state of Florida, and especially in that center part there. So that's what we're watching next.
And as we mentioned yesterday, the October 11th sailing of the Disney Wish has been canceled. I believe the ship that's out there now will be coming in late as well, which kind of goes hand in hand there. Um, so yeah, that's the latest. Obviously we keep them in our thoughts and prayers. I want to say I'm not sure if this is true, but I'm pretty sure this is true. A part of the reason they reduced operations, in addition to the weather, is obviously they have cast members that have to get to work and such. And I believe, if my memory serves, that at a time like this, there is much, much leeway given to cast if you have extra prep to do or you live further away or whatever, that you can just say, hey, I got to prep. And, you know, they can make do with the cast members who are in the area or who don't have families or whatever. And there is no penalty for saying, I can't come in because I got to get ready for a hurricane. So just something to keep in mind, because I know people worry about the cast members at a time like this as well. All right.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but I do know that cast they can volunteer to be on the ride out crew. I think my wife's done it. Actually, I don't think a hurricane hit while she was there, but I know I have a lot of friends who have done like ride out crew, and they'll go wherever they're needed, hang out at because the hotels are obviously still open, because you have guests that didn't know that this was happening, so they're stuck there, and they go and assist with that and make magic for them even during scary times.
I mean, like you said, that they volunteer for that, right? They're
Yes.
not like, hey, you have to come do the right out group. Different people have different things they do. Amy, I haven't seen you in forever. How you doing, Amy? That's my cousin. Okay, we are actually happy to bring on a guest right now who is actually at the Magic Kingdom, which is open for about another 90 minutes today. He's checking out what it's like over there. Let's bring on Jeremiah Good. How you doing, Jeremiah?
Good morning. I've already taken off my jacket. My sleeves are rolled up, and my tie is almost off. So we're getting ready for Hurricane Milton.
You hear it. I mean, I realize it's coming. There's no question it's coming. But in my mind, it's just torrential rainstorm right now and everything. And it's not. It's actually relatively calm right now, right?
I've been here for a couple of hours. We had a little bit of a rainstorm. Right now we have light drizzle. It's if it wasn't for a hurricane that is going to, hit us in a few hours, today would just be a beautiful day and be in the parks.
So can you show us some of the prep?
Except for that monster storm off the coast. That's the
Yeah.
only.
No,
That.
if it weren't for that, it'd be amazing. It's actually cool. It is very empty. one of the telling signs as I walked by Peter Pan's flight, and it was only a 15-minute wait. So yeah, it's a little empty. But that is also because they closed off reservations to pretty much everybody a few days ago. So if you didn't have a reservation today, you couldn't book one unless you're an actual hotel guest. You could book those as of last night. But yeah, I was lucky enough to have booked one before they capped it off. So I'm the guy who's out here, walking around.
All right. Well, can you show us? Do you have any of the prep there? I know you've had some pictures. We have an article up, but any prep you can show us?
Well, this is probably one of the biggest ones. The banners that were all here in front of Storybook Circus, the large ones that are usually on either side are just completely removed. And then
was already missing, right?
Yes, the one on the left had been missing or was removed for Helena, that last hurricane. These are the larger banners that they, brought down and wrapped up. I'm seeing a lot of tie-wrapped umbrellas. We're going to head back towards the castle so we can watch that being dismantled. Here's firsthand. That is a joke. The castle is not dismantled. The pretzel cart is being saran wrapped right now for safety.
Do they board? We have a question. Do they actually board stuff up at the park like people do at home in their homes?
I do not believe so. I've never been here late enough. Like, the fact that the trash cans are still out means that they, as soon as the last guests are out, that's their number one thing, is to pull those in or lay them down. Pretty much most of the prep I've seen today has been signage or like the banners that could disappear. There have been a few planters that have been moved. One of the biggest kind of shocks was when I walked in, the pumpkin people that are out for the Halloween time, those were all removed overnight. And the pumpkin towers for the photo spot right at Town Square, those have been removed because those aren't permanent structures and can't really be reinforced. They're just kind of stuck in the ground.
So Jeremiah, as I mentioned, is out there taking pictures today. I know we're going to have an article up later showing a lot of that preparation. We did one yesterday from Epcot, so you can see that as well. I'll show a little bit of that after this stream. Are you personally prepared, Jeremiah?
Yes, I spent most of yesterday and the day before prepping for it. This is the third hurricane that I've been through, but it is one of the biggest of all time, they're saying. So I say, yes, I'm prepped, but if you contact me at like 2:30 this morning or tomorrow morning when everything starts happening, that's a whole other question. Here's one of the most prominent ways they've been prepping is a lot of tying down of the signs. It is amazing how they wrap these signs up. I've gone through and taken pictures of almost all of them because it's a science for this. And this one is an absolute basic, like, there you go.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, we appreciate you being there. Obviously, we want you to be extremely safe yourself, but thanks for going out today with the calm before the storm, as they say. And,
actually, can we hang on one more second?
Sure,
I want to walk up and show you something that I've never seen before in any photos. The lanterns around the castle, they put a green mesh around them. So I mean, I'm guessing it is to keep them from, I don't know what it is. Like, it's not tight around them, but
I would imagine if they break, that at least the glass won't go anywhere.
No, it's not even tied down at the bottom.
Well,
or not.
Yeah, it could be a two-step thing. Maybe somebody puts them on and the other they go tie them with whatever later.
Yeah, but that is what the parks look like. I mean, it is very empty. The park does close in just about an hour and 15 or so, hour 20, and they have been doing announcements saying that everything does close at 2, and there's are the lights, and those have been saran wrapped and plastic wrapped down. So yeah, we are as ready as we can be here.
All right, well, thanks, Jeremiah. As I said, we appreciate you being there. We hope you are completely safe and, take care of yourself, most
Absolutely.
importantly. And then, once it passes, I'm sure, once it passes, I'm sure, and everything is reopened, you'll be back here to hopefully just see a pristine park, no major damage. I know when in the past when I lived there and there was a major hurricane that came through the park, relatively unscathed. The surrounding area, so many downed trees. It was quite obvious something came through.
No,
We'll find
as
out.
soon as we get clearance tomorrow, I will probably do a drive around the property and see what I can see. I know with Irma, there were quite a few downed trees around the Magic Kingdom and the resort hotels on the loop. So we'll see what it looks like.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we will, keep you and everyone else in the area in our thoughts and prayers. Thanks, Jeremiah.
Thanks, guys.
Let's see.
And yeah, the
Fox News-
parks are closing. So Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios are closing in about 20 minutes. And then Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and Disney Springs will be closing in 2 o'clock, so about an hour and 20 minutes. And then the hotels will stay open, and the parks are not expected to reopen tomorrow. There's a chance that Disney Springs could reopen in the late afternoon is what they're projecting. And that would be with limited offerings. It's very fluid. So if you wanted for the latest updates, you can check us. So also check waltdisneyworld.com. They have a big banner at the top. You click that, they'll have the latest updates on that.
And I'm sure it goes without saying, but obviously the hotels have to stay open. There are people who've been on vacation here. Flights have been canceled. Orlando Airport, I believe, is closed already. Tampa Airport's been closed.
They've
roads
ceased
are
commercial operations. Maybe they don't close.
Thank you. That is such an important distinction. The roads, they don't want people jamming the roads. Being at a Disney hotel should be a very safe place to be, and
except for the ones that they close because they're outdoors or in
actually hotels
areas. Yeah.
So I've talked to people who have who've basically been stuck at Disney World during a hurricane, and it's definitely probably one of the better places to have to ride such a thing out. All right, let us move on to the next subject. I think.
That's a new bumper, so we got dinged for copyright, so I had to dub the music. That was my first one. I just typed in horns and downloaded it, and it matched up like perfectly.
If you've never seen the intro to what's happening, that is fits perfectly. But if you have, it's absolutely hilarious. All right, Kyle, we have some news that it feels like they tried to just sneak it in under the major hurricane news. I don't know if
I'm surprised they didn't delay it, honestly. But this morning, not Walt Disney World, Disneyland Resort announced increased ticket prices for most ticket prices. They'd probably want me to say. So what they did was they have that same Tier 0 day that's been the same for maybe about 5 years now. If they keep that one, the 104. So technically, you can get a one ticket on certain days for $104, but everything else went up. And one of the things you've been seeing with this update is that the most expensive day, those Tier 6 days, like around Christmas and New Year's, those now broke $200 for a one-day, one park. That's $206. So as you can see, they went up between $10, a little bit less, depending on the ticket. And then the park hoppers, the add-on itself didn't raise in price, but obviously when you raise the base price, then everything else gets more expensive. So those prices are there. And then also the multi-day tickets, including the park hoppers, those rose up. Magic Keys are not on sale right now. They will be going on sale again later this year. And when you renew them and when they go on sale again, those prices have also increased between 100 and 150, I want to say, but it could just,
like they're all just in. Oh yeah.
Or 100
so
to 125.
Inspire, the most expensive one, 16 only went up 100, whereas Believe, the next tier, went up 100, 130.
Math is hard.
I think. Yeah.
At least $100. And another thing that rose, they didn't change parking this time, luckily, at least not as we know, but the base price for Lightning Lane, the multi-pass, you used to be able to pre-book it for $30, and that was also like the base price. Like you'd see it, that would be the lowest you'd see it. Now that base has gone up to $32 per day, so that's another expense there. But as far as going back to Magic Key, they did also kind of tease some things that are coming up. For a very limited period next year in January, they're going to have times where you'll be able to save more, get a 50% discount on Lightning Lane. They're also, of course, going to have Magic Key previews for Tiana. And they're also going to be rolling out a new tool that'll help Magic Key holders better understand how many reservations they have, or how many what passes have each are entitled to reservations. So that, they throw in those little things, a little silver lining, I suppose. But the bottom line is that it's more expensive to visit Disneyland today than it was yesterday.
They say a new tool to help guests understand how many visits it takes for each pass type to pay for itself. Is that not called a calculator? Am I missing something?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that is the not so great news, but it happens every year. We're used to it. It's the way it goes. It's not $47 to visit anymore.
This time.
And you can no longer get an annual pass that takes you to the park every single day for $199. Time to change. Next up on our agenda, mobile ordering is coming to a new location. I didn't realize this location didn't have mobile ordering, but
I double checked this morning because I was like, I would have thought that they did too.
I double checked your double check because it didn't strike me as true.
Double check.
It was Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. And is that area still called Paradise Pier?
So I had to look that up too, and so it's not Paradise Pier. That it's Paradise Garden Park. I think is what it was called. I don't know. It's in my article. It's in the article. Paradise Gardens Park.
So that's a scatter style. Very seldom. When I've been there, it's not a place that gets a lot of. Hey, my name is up there. That's a preview of something up in the upper right. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, it has a scatter style, so it doesn't tend to have a long wait because of the way it's designed. But they haven't had mobile ordering all this time, so they are adding mobile ordering come October 16th, and then Tropical Hideaway, which is the place where you get the really cool Dole Whips of all different kinds over next to Tiki Room and Adventureland. They are adding some mobile ordering for select Dole Whips, and all of that is coming on October 16th. That is some good park news for the Disneyland Resort. I guess higher prices is good park news if you want smaller crowds. So we can find a way to spin it all. Over at ABC, the show High Potential, which is my favorite new show of the season, the latest in the series of I'm not a police officer, but I see things no one else sees shows like Monk and Psych and such. It's doing very well. Its first episode did 9.75 million viewers in its first week. You can't just go by the first day anymore. Its second episode did 17 million people. So that's just amazing. Doing really well. I guess word of mouth is helping that. Interesting numbers. More than 70% of viewers 18 to 49 view it on Hulu or other digital platforms. So I guess terrestrial TV maybe is a thing of the past. And fully more than half of viewers of all kind review most scripted network shows a way other than its initial airing on, no less than half the people watch it live, watch any scripted. That's crazy. Times have changed. Why is that mine too? We're giving you one, Kyle. Let us go to Tokyo.
Yeah, so Star Wars Celebration is coming to Japan in 2025, and they've revealed some badge designs that are inspired by the Japanese art style ukiyo-e. So here we have these look awesome, by the way. I really, really like these. You get this cool Darth Vader, you see some Boba Fett, or maybe that's Mandalorian, probably Mandalorian, because he's all silver. Sorry. And Ahsoka, we could see some, I think those are probably cherry blossoms or sakura. So yeah, very cool art. That'll be your badge if you go to Star Wars Celebration Japan 2025.
Which is next spring, I believe, in Japan. LP
I
will
guess
be
that's
there.
probably why Mike is going, huh?
Yes, that is why Mike is going to Japan next year. Absolutely. Over on Freeform, they are giving details of 30 Days at Disney, which is coming November 1st through 30th. They have the full schedule available, but they have certain themes throughout. November 4th through 8th. They're doing your favorite musicals and sing-along versions, so you can sing along with your TV. 11th through 15th, they're doing villains, including Maleficent and Cruella live-action movies. 18th through 22nd, they're doing the epic adventure, so you can see Jungle Cruise, Pirates of the Caribbean, and then November 24th to 28th, they're doing princesses, including Moana, which will be shown just before the release of Moana 2 in theaters. So Freeform is a safe place for Disney fans to be this November.
Personally, I'm just really excited to have a story to put on our Freeform landing page because it has been quite stale.
Understandable. Good news over at Food and Wine Festival. The Muppet Labs display has returned to the Brewing Lab. This is inside the Odyssey. It had been there for the debut of the festival, and apparently it was quickly removed after guests began playing with the props. So I'm not sure exactly what they've done to address that, or other than maybe just tell guests stop playing with the props. But it has returned.
It already had like a barricade around it before, so but
Maybe
hopefully this time they get the idea.
Maybe they've cemented them down or something. You can't really tell for sure without playing with the props. So, but this is a really cool display. So happy to see it did come back, and maybe we can have nice things after all. And we briefly mentioned this last item yesterday, and that is Dylan, Kyle.
Yes, Searchlight yesterday released a new trailer for its Bob Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown, which is inspired by a lyric in Like a Rolling Stone. Timothy Chalamet plays Dylan, and
That looked like Ed Norton in a role. Was it?
But it's not. It's Timothy Chalamet.
No, not as Dylan.
Yeah.
I was talking to.
Yes, he's in it too. And this movie opens on Christmas of this year, and so you can catch it then. It should be a pretty big release. I mean, Bob Dylan is maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but he's very, very, very famous.
I know that Disney Treasure has its maiden voyage over Christmas. I wonder if this will premiere on there. I guess it may depend on the rating that it gets, but that'd be a cool place to watch this. All right. I don't believe we have any reviews today, Kyle.
And the rest.
So a couple of quick items until YouTube realizes what we're doing there. Disneyland Paris has reached a milestone for World of Frozen. You excited for this one, Kyle?
I am. Having been in the Hong Kong one, I'm excited to see how it compares to this one. I think this one will not have as much, but it should be pretty similar otherwise. And it's going to be on that nice big thing of water. So I'm excited for, well, I have to call it Disney Adventure World. But
I was going to say, our article said this is going in a place called Disney Adventure World. What park is that?
Did I not know about this park? Yeah, so it's confusing because right now it's Walt Disney Studios Park. When World of Frozen opens, then it'll change to Disney Adventure World. So we have this weird in between where we're like, well, it's being built at this park, but it'll open at this park.
That is very strange. Disney Adventure World. They still have time to change that name. I'm not.
It's not too late.
Over at Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood, they are doing up Christmas this year, November 29th through January 6th, where the whole park and will be up for Christmas. They said, let's make Nintendo World a part of it. So they're going to have a tree adorned with Superstar Topper, festive wreath, snowmen, as you can see here, one with a Mario hat and scarf, another with a Luigi hat and scarf, a great photo op. So great land. This is the land my son calls the best land ever created in any theme park ever. It's about to get Christmasified, which means
wait till he goes to the Japan one.
Dad, we have to go. We have to go. And I'm going to say, no, I can't afford it.
No.
Actually, we have a tip from our last trip. Our last trip was you got 2 tickets for one, and we haven't used the second day yet. It has to be used by the end of the year. So actually, maybe we will end up going now that I think about it. Congratulations to Hank Amin. Oh, this is your story, Kyle.
Yeah, he is the so Originally, the Parks Blog's headline was the longest standing cast member, and we're like, was this some sort of contest that they all had to like keep their hand on a vehicle? But then they caught their error, or not really error, but they changed it to longest serving cast member, which is I think better pick there. He's been working for the company for 62 years. He started as a Jungle Cruise skipper. He's a firefighter. He oversees the pyrotechnic displays at the park to make sure everything goes well. And you can see him here with Damaro, Iger, and Pot Rock celebrating his 62 years of service.
Congratulations, and still going strong. This is not a retirement announcement. Still there. All right, let's skip that last one so we can move on to Around LP.
Wrong one.
So we don't have any fun stuff today.
But
but
it wasn't
since
on
you
purpose. It was because
gave it to
my
you-
finger slipped and I like
Go ahead and
accidentally
show them.
moved the two things instead of clicking it.
Go ahead and show them.
Okay.
The fun stuff.
Embarrassing. All right, let's get to Around LP, where our daily Disney Did You Know from yesterday, because we haven't done today's yet. Oh, wait, have we? No, we haven't. Dude, I got to do better. All right, so we have yesterday's, which wasn't ready by the time we did yesterday's. Mighty Ducks on this day yesterday had their inaugural game at the Anaheim Pine. I knew that. I didn't put that in our Did You Know, but I didn't know that. Remember to follow hashtag DDDYK and see our daily Did You Know. And give it a little heart and share it or something. You know, we're happy about this. We like it. Also around LP right now, we do TV recaps and maybe the best drama, comedy, dramedy. Is it a dramedy or just a comedy?
Well, if you're at the Emmys, it's a comedy.
All right. Only Murders in the Building. We have a recap of season 4, episode 7, where the trio escapes to Long Island. So I'm way behind in that, but we will catch up.
Are there
And-
8 episodes or 10? I forget.
I want to say 8, but that's only because I want to say it. Ah! All right. And then also on our YouTube channel, we have Mike Celestino having 20 minutes of fun as he unboxes Marvel and Star Wars Beyblade X from Hasbro and reviews it. I don't even understand how all those words go together, but I'm sure many of you out there do.
That blade is Bay.
This is a 40-year-old man right here, people. 40 years old. This is how he makes his living. All right. That answers that. All right. Let's get to the quiz portion of our show, where I have to. On this day in 1953, an actor was born. He has credit in dinosaurs. He has a credit in Cars. And we even mentioned his most famous character, which is not a Disney character, earlier in this show.
Wow.
71 years old. Great actor. No idea.
No.
Plays Jerry Valentine in the TV show Dinosaurs. Luigi in Cars.
Tony Shalhoub?
The jungle out there. That's right. Monk himself. Happy 71st birthday to Monk.
The one who
On
mentioned
this-
wings?
I forgot he's in that. That's true. On this day in 1968, turning 56 years old today, is one of the icons of Pixar. If you had a Mount Rushmore of Pixar brass, he would be on it.
56, so not John Ratzenberger. The icons of Pixar?
Yes. Who are the? Come on, there's no question. If you name the top 4 people in the history of Pixar, don't put Steve Jobs. The top 4
okay.
people.
See, I'm thinking like actors, but people
No,
actually
sorry.
that work for Pixar.
Yes.
Okay. So, like Brad Bird,
Nate, I'll give you 4 chances.
Doctor.
There you go. Happy birthday to Pete Doctor. 56 years old. I saw him once in our local Target. flip flops, t-shirt. He lives in the area. Nice guy. Didn't say hi. I don't want to bother him, but I have met him multiple times. Very nice guy. On this day in 1983, the very first Disney Channel original movie. This film stars Roy Scheider. Huh?
Under Wraps?
It's not. It's not according to this. Roy Scheider is an aging baseball player for the Detroit Tigers, and Justin Henry is a young fan who believes in him. Tiger manager Sparky Anderson, who is managing the team in real life, appears frequently throughout the movie, as does Mary Wilson, a former Supreme, singing the national anthem. That movie was...
So wait, you said this is the first Disney Channel original movie?
According to what I read.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but that's what I read.
Then
You have no idea. No, it is Tiger Town.
Cool. It says ABC movie promo.
Perhaps they showed it on ABC. All right. Now we have to solve this mystery. Tiger Town. It is a made-for-television movie produced by Insta. It is the first motion picture created exclusively for the Disney Channel.
Which is not a Disney Channel original movie, per se.
Wow. How come?
Hold on. I probably have a thing for this, don't I?
Now, just a minute.
Some debate about which movie was the first. Under Wraps or Tiger
That's
Town?
what I said.
Yeah.
Disney Channel thinks it's Under Wraps because when they made a remake, they were referring to it as the first Disney Channel original movie.
They just want to bury Tiger Town for some reason, because it clearly is.
Next,
Right.
they'll be trying to get rid of the garbage picking, field goal kicking, Philadelphia, whatever it was.
There's also Northern Lights, which came even before Under Tiger Town. So I don't know why there's this. This is a mystery.
Well,
Who's
then
our
they used to
Disney
have
Channel
like the
person?
Disney Channel premiere movie or something like that. I don't know. We spent too much time on it.
No, you know what happens to me. Okay, yeah, we'll move on. On this day in 2005, Little Einsteins premiered Ring Around the Planet. And I'll give you one more, Kyle. I gave you that one because I wasted too much time. On this day in 2020, a Disney Plus show debuted. Highly anticipated.
It was highly anticipated.
A remake of a iconic movie, now done in series form on Disney Channel. It's gonna be great.
Series form. So was it Mighty Ducks Game Changers?
It is not. It is a remake, not a sequel.
Just a straight remake, not a sequel. What series did they have? Is it still available on Disney Plus?
Oh, that's the punchline at the end of this. Is no, it's not. I'll give you another hint. We heard a song from it earlier in the show, sorta.
Sorta. Oh my gosh.
See, that makes perfect sense, but Disney says under wraps. So,
Wow.
okay, so it seems like the Disney Channel premiere film started in 1983. The Disney Channel original movie started in 1997, and it's just a matter of labeling. There were lots of Disney Channel premiere films before Under Wraps.
I don't know.
I think,
For
all
this
right,
one.
I'm just going to play it and let this all sink in.
I didn't
The
know that
Right
this was a remake.
Stuff. You didn't know The Right Stuff was a remake?
Not really. No.
You've never heard of the movie The Right Stuff?
Well, I didn't know is it a remake or is it like a readaptation?
Fine, a readaptation. I mean, they're both based on a book, but
Okay. But either way, you can't watch it anymore.
you can still read the book and watch the original movie. Okay, anything come out, Kyle?
Let me check the weather.
And Milton is the big story. We will be, obviously, any theme park impacts we will be covering on Laughing Place throughout the day. Stay
Yeah,
tuned.
no updates from Walt Disney World.
Okay, well, in that case, we will be back tomorrow. I don't think we have any shows later today, so tune in tomorrow, same time, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. Till then.